Hello, and welcome to another Blender tutorial. In this tutorial, as I promised, I'll show you how to animate the scene. A simple one, nonetheless, but a scene. So, we're still in the animation view that I set up the last tutorial. Actually, not the last tutorial, the tutorial before this one. And let's try to animate something interesting. First of all, I'm going to move the camera around to a more interesting viewpoint. Also, another thing that I'm going to do is select, first of all, select the armature, press Ctrl Tab to set it in object mode, and select everything and scale it down by pressing S and scaling it down. Why I did that is because in Blender the camera has a limited distance view, and if the camera gets too far away, objects in the distance begin to not be rendered. It has a clipping plane in the distance. Let me show you. As you can see, as I move further away, things disappear, and now they appear. And if the scale was larger, it would happen kind of the same. So let's scale up this ground thing by pressing S and pressing Shift Z to scale it on all the axes, but not the Z one. Right? So let's try to create something interesting. So let's say the guy is walking. So we're gonna have these two animations repeat. I don't need this track nor this one. Again. Now I hate this. I actually have to find a way to move this down. Yeah, that's a bit inconvenient. And let's put the head scratch animation somewhere around here. And let's see how this goes. For some reason, oh, I think the armature is not in posing mode. Why is it not animating? Oh, these channels are hidden. So let's try this again. He's walking, scratches his head, and the same glitch happens. It doesn't start to move his hand again. Maybe if I put this right after he scratches his head. Yeah, that sort of works. Yeah, it looks weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that happens. Apparently, if they're connected here, it doesn't animate as it's supposed to. I don't know why that is. So let's reset the rotation of our camera and let's somewhere like this. And here's another thing I can do. I can make the camera to be a child of this bone. So if I go to frame 0 and you start the keyframe for the bone on location here, and now let's watch that walk cycle slowly. Oh, I sure could use an onion skin. Let's see how it goes. Looks pretty natural. So let's move this up a bit. And that's 75. Something like this. Basically what I'm doing is make sure every frame, each leg that acts as a support keeps its relative position. So it doesn't look as he's sliding and he is actually walking. And this goes to 19. Location here. Yeah, I hate those notifications. Now 105. And so he's here. Next is 45. He's supposed to be here, I guess. Actually, a bit backward. Accidentally click location and rotation. And now 65. 95 and 80. $95. The next frame is at 120. And then 100. Oh, actually, that's 225. As you can see, we're only controlling the master bone here. And finally, sort of the last frame here. So let's look at the site here and let's see how it goes. It looks almost like he's walking on the surface of the moon. So we have this. Let's add some more details. Cube. Move it over here. We're just adding decorations now. So he's moving by some large boxes and why not some cylinders? Let's modify the shape of this, make it look more interesting. And of course press the T key and set it to smooth. And also set these cubes to smooth also. Actually no. The cube should be set to flat. Something like this. Oh, they look horrible because of the position of the light, which I'm going to make into a... well, I'm missing some buttons here. I'm going to default setting and turn it into a sunlight and just point it somewhere toward our character. And basically a sunlight creates a form of global illumination, and no matter where the sunlight would be set, it will always create light in that direction to infinity. It doesn't matter if it's behind an object or before an object. There's light in that direction. Hope you understand what I meant by that. So let's add some more decorations. Let's see how far he goes actually. And let's also add a UV sphere. Set it to smooth. Move it somewhere around here. And down. Set a keyframe for location and scale. And I'll show you why soon enough. But I think it needs to be somewhere around here. So location and scale. Let's see where the sphere gets into the frame. Not soon enough. Oh, actually I have to set the keyframe for it there. So say around here. So location and scale. And here, let's move it up like this. Make it fall down. And make it squish a bit. Then put it back down. And now reset the scale, and it's okay. So let's watch it all. So he's walking. The ball before him suddenly bounces. He makes that weird movement with his arm. And yeah, that's it. All we need to do now is set up the world. Some nice colors. Click blend sky. Make the upward color somewhat darker. Ambient occlusion. Let's see without ambient occlusion how it looks. It looks bleak without ambient occlusion. But anyway, let's add some materials. We'll make this a dark red. So same for this and for this. We'll make the ball green and also add a cloud texture. It gonna edit a bit by going to colors and click ramp and bring this to very close together so we get this sort of spots. Our ball looks something like, never mind that. We'll set the same material for this one. Set a dark orange material for this one. This one will give it a light blue material. This one we're going to give it a black material, dark, and we're going to give this a sort of brown. So for this and for this. Now for our guy here, if I can only select it, I'm going to make him skin-ish. Yeah, something like this. And for the ground, guess this is okay. Yeah, I think we can safely render the animation. Now I don't need to modify the frame amount because it's already, we filled all the frames. Just have to set the output here to a folder of your convenience. So the format to raw AVI, and yeah, I can just start rendering. And this is the end of the tutorial.